You didn't stand up for more than 10 years. Now you come back and say, oh, a few countries, oh, this is unacceptable. Why? It's not about Kenya. It's about some people among us that know that there are certain elements, if they are arrested and they have committed horrendous war crimes, if they are arrested and prosecuted, some heads of state would be indicted. So it's a question of trying to save ourselves. But where it started, it's a matter of principle. If you are opposed to something, you have to be opposed to it from the beginning. It has to be based on a principle. But you don't have to wait until when you smell a rat and you say, oh, no, with the ICC is targeting Africans. Most of the cases before the ICC, except that of Bashir, were referred to the ICC by the African governments. Okay? Now, in the case of Kenya, the ICC should have been more flexible because these two gentlemen were referred to the ICC by a government that these people opposed. And it was a political move to make sure that they will not win election. Imagine if you are indicted and you stand and campaign as a candidate. In fact, that was what the other side was saying. Oh, if you vote for these people, you don't have a president because they are indicted by the ICC. So their indictment was before they became heads of state. Now that they are now the people that have been elected by the Kenyan people, knowing that they have been indicted by the ICC, the Kenyan people are telling us, whatever you accuse them of, we don't care about that. What we care about is that we trust them and we want them to lead us. I think the ICC and the AU should have encouraged reconciliation by handing over the case either to Kenya or leave it as it is, stop the case. But the ICC, because these are young African heads of state, and the West, they are not comfortable with young African heads of state. And this, the Uhuru Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta, we know how he stood up for independence for Kenya. So his son or grandson, if he stands and wants to follow the same footsteps, of course the West that colonized Africa would not be comfortable. But the idea of now taking a sitting head of state to the Hague and be escorted by Dutch police is unacceptable. So my principle is, my position is, it is unacceptable and it is not, shouldn't be accepted. Even the case of the father, it's out of the question. They should stop the case, hand over the matter to the Kenyan authorities. Let them set up a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. After all, they didn't insist the ICC taking the case of South African whites who butchered Africans for hundreds of years. They say, oh, Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and that's it. It's accepted. Oh, it's an example, it's a model. Why can't we use the same model for Kenya? After all, the same model was used for Liberia. But because they want to get rid of these two young people, we will not accept that. So our principle is, it's not a case of deferral. The ICC should stop this case and hand it over to the Kenyans. If the Kenyans now say, we still want the case to go to court, let it go to court. But the government that sent the matter, that referred the matter to the ICC, is no longer there. So the ICC should not follow the case and call sitting heads of state to come and testify, escorted by police. That's unacceptable. Yes.
Your Excellency.